as it usually happens during January, here in Australia, we had the Hottest 100. Triple J, the youth radio station, every year does a Hottest 100 countdown of the 100 best songs as voted by listeners of the year. And I used to be really into Triple J, like when I was in the age group. I think the age demo is like 16 to 24. So I'm a bit out of it. I think I love what Triple J does, but I just phased out of it over time. I used to be really into Triple J back when it was like Zan Rowe in the morning, Linda Mariano, Matt and Alex, those groups of people I really, really liked. And I used to be, I was very, very into it, very into the scene. But then I think most people just grow out of it. Suddenly you don't have as much time to listen to and love music anymore. And you also don't have as much time to, I guess, like get into new music. You just kind of fall back on your old reliable favorite songs. That's what I do. And that's why this year I'm making an effort to try and listen to music I haven't heard before. But yeah, Triple J, we love music. That's their thing. I've realized that I really felt this year that I have absolutely aged out of Triple J. I'm an old man. This is an old man reviewing Triple J's Hottest 100 of 2023 because of the 100 songs in the Hottest 100, I only recognized 11 of them. 11 songs. Like seriously, go back 5 years ago to like the 2016 Hottest 100 countdown. Every single song I knew. And I was like waiting for my votes to come in. Right? But yeah, this year, just knew 10, 11 of the songs. Really didn't know many of the songs at all. And the other thing I found, the other thing I found really interesting is that nowadays, artists like Lizzo and Beyonce, who are really big, famous, world famous pop artists, make the Hottest 100, which is really weird because Triple J is sort of more like indie, underground sort of music. Not necessarily like those big pop acts. Like Justin Bieber never made the Hottest 100. Taylor Swift never made the Hottest 100. Even though there were times where people were voting for those songs got banned from it, like to maintain some kind of integrity of the Hottest 100 that no, mainstream stuff like that can't make it. But this year, Beyonce, Lizzo, all these acts, of course, the number one song in this year's Hottest 100 countdown, which really surprised me predominantly because I've never heard this song before, was Say Nothing by Flume. I've never heard that song in my life, hadn't even heard of the top three. None of the top three I knew. I was like, what is this song? I've never heard it. Was really happy that they also do the top 200, so the day before they count down 200 to 101. Was happy to see that Blink-182's great new song Edging made the top 200. But generally speaking, I've clearly just aged out of it. I am now one of those grumpy old men that's like, I don't know any of the songs on Triple J. What do they play? It's just rubbish. I don't know any of it. And I'm not ashamed of it. I do think that, ironically, and this song came 6th in the 1997 Hottest 100, I do feel like... Well, I guess this is growing up. Thanks, Blink-182. You couldn't have put it better. It is interesting that I used to be so into Triple J. I remember the 2016 one for sure was a huge year that I think that was the most into it I was. And I was in Japan at the Snow in Hakuba and we went to this Aussie bar. It was the Hottest 100 day. And all of these people there were Australian young people like us at the Snow skiing. And then we all left the slopes earlier and had this big party and listened to the Hottest 100. And there was like the DMA's Believe by Cher cover was like number 5. And that was my favorite song of the year. Blink-182's song Bored to Death was that year as well. And that was like the top 50. So yeah, I was so into it, but I guess, just over time, I've just stopped caring. And you just start sort of choosing the bands you like and you're not too interested in finding new artists and stuff. And I think Triple J is great. I've definitely aged out of it. I asked you guys, I'm going to start implementing the TCB Pod Instagram page to get more listener feedback. I asked you guys what you thought of your hottest 100, if any of your hottest 100 votes got in, or your general thoughts about it. Got a message in from Jackson Smith. Welcome to the radio family. He said, the invasion of TikTok songs was disappointing. P.S. I'm not a boomer and I'm addicted to TikTok. Yeah, I mean, I think it did feel like there was a lot of, like, again, I was so surprised to see Lizzo and Beyonce in there. That, to me, isn't what Triple J Hottest 100 was ever about, but it might have changed in that time. Also got one in from Radio Lockie Braid. Welcome to the RF Radio Lockie Braid. He said, so glad Spacey Jane's incredible album was rewarded with 3 songs in the top 10. If they didn't have so many strong songs taking votes off each other, they probably would have taken out number 1. In my opinion, Flume won because he only had a couple of strong songs on an otherwise mediocre album. Also thought that was interesting. I know I did see a bunch of tracks from Spacey Jane, who are an Australian indie rock band. I have heard their album. It didn't really stand out to me, but I have heard most people talking about how it's like the most groundbreaking indie rock album in a very long time. I should give it another listen. They did get 3 songs in the top 10. I think they were all in a row as well. But yeah, I didn't really think there was anything amazing about them. Radio Kyle Aiden said, I feel like the hottest 200 is more of a reflection of true Australian music. The 100 has now become oversaturated with artists, songs from the mainstream and TikTok. Yeah, again, back in the day, you couldn't vote for like Justin Bieber or Tay Swift or any of those artists. So I found that super, super weird. If someone can fill me in on why that changed.